San Francisco Bay Area, 1968. A place known for sunlit streets, music, and freedom. But beneath the golden haze, the predator lurked in shadows. Two teenagers parked on a lonely road, unaware that they were seconds away from becoming the Zodiac's first victims. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were found dead near Lake Herman Road. No motive, no suspect, only fear. 7 months later, another young couple is attacked at Blue Rock Springs. One survives just long enough to describe the attacker. A man, heavy-set, shining a flashlight before he fired. Then the phone rings of Vallejo police. I want to report a double murder. If you go 1 mile east, you'll find kids in a brown car. I also killed those last year. The voice was calm, almost proud. Who calls the police to confess and promise more? A week later, 3 newspapers receive identical letters. Each begins with a threat and ends with a puzzle. This is the Zodiac speaking. The cross-circle symbol becomes his signature. He demands the papers print his cipher, or he'll kill again. The cryptic code promises the secret of his identity. Thousands try to solve it, but the Zodiac is always one step ahead. Parents lock their doors. Teenagers stop parking in lovers' lanes. Reporters turn the Zodiac into a household name. And that's exactly what he wanted. And this was just the beginning. Soon, the Zodiac would 3 newspapers, 3 identical letters, each written by a man who called himself Zodiac. The letters begin with confidence, almost arrogance. I like killing people because it's so much fun. He compares murder to hunting wild animals. He signs off with his emblem, a cross inside a circle, as if declaring himself divine. Then comes the cipher, claiming to reveal his name. Experts fail. FBI agents fail. Until Donald and Betty Hardin, a quiet couple, decode part of the first cipher. I like killing because it's so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all. No name, just a philosophy, twisted, primal, and proud. What kind of man describes murder as fun? The Zodiac becomes obsessed with attention. Every newspaper headline feeds his hunger. Every press conference fuels his ego. If you cops think I'm going to take one of my cute little toys and walk into the gas chamber, you must be stupid. Each line drips with contempt and control. He doesn't kill just for pleasure. He kills for attention. In October 1969, Zodiac sends a letter threatening a school bus. Parents panic. Police patrol routes. But the threat never materializes. Maybe it never existed. Or maybe he just enjoyed watching fear do the work for him. On October 11th, 1969, cab driver Paul Stein picks up a fare in Presidio Heights. Moments later, he is killed. Witnesses describe the man. Police rush, but the Zodiac slips away. Right under their noses, he disappears like smoke. He was always a step ahead and always watching. By late 1969, California had a new obsession. Not a movie star, not a politician, but a name written in blood and ink, Zodiac. Every police department from Vallejo to San Francisco had its own theory. But theories don't catch ghosts. Hundreds of officers scour the Presidio. Every shadow looks like him. Every phone call feels like his taunt. Fingerprints, sketches, witnesses, all different. It's as if the Zodiac wore 100 faces. Another envelope arrives at the San Francisco Chronicle. This one's stranger than ever. This is the Zodiac speaking. This is my new cipher. Good luck figuring out who I am. He includes proof of his crimes. A piece of the taxi driver's shirt. The message is taunting, playful, almost theatrical. Zodiac has turned fear into an art form. By 1970, the Zodiac is everywhere. In newspapers, on radio, on every tongue. Tips fluden. Suspects multiply, but none fit perfectly. People start to see him in dreams, in crowds, even in mirrors. The killer doesn't have to strike again. The fear itself keeps him alive. Investigators fixate on Arthur Lee Allen, a loner, intelligent, fascinated by ciphers. He owns the same brand of watch with a crosshair symbol. Lives near the crime scenes. But handwriting doesn't match. Fingerprints don't match. Evidence slips away like smoke. The Zodiac remains nameless and unstoppable. Studio microphone. San Francisco changes. Bars close early. Lovers avoid quiet roads. Anonymous calls pour into police stations. The killer doesn't need to strike. He's already won. The city now breathes in rhythm with his letters. Who was the Zodiac? A killer? A mathematician? A man screaming for attention in a world that ignored him. To understand him, we must step into his mind, a place where chaos and control dance together. Studio microphone. The Zodiac didn't just want to kill, he wanted to be known. Headlines, attention, fear. Every letter was a challenge, every symbol a signature. He wasn't hunting victims, he was hunting significance. In psychology, killers like Zodiac fit a rare pattern. High intelligence, low empathy. He killed not for rage, but ritual, for the thrill of domination. He believed he was untouchable. Police were his audience, the city his stage. Each murder, each symbol, each letter, perfectly timed. A performance that would outlive him. Decades passed. No arrest, no confession, but obsession didn't die. Hundreds of people claimed to crack his code. Each time, the truth slips away. His letters become relics. His victims, whispers. But his symbol, still carved into pop culture like a scar. Theories have multiplied. Was it Arthur Lee Allen, Richard Gaikowski, or someone hidden among the investigators? Even decades later, the case remains a maze of half-truths and unanswered questions. And maybe that's exactly how Zodiac wanted it. The world moved on, but the Zodiac stayed. In movies, books, forums, nightmares. He became more than human, a symbol of chaos with intelligence. Even now, as you listen, someone, somewhere, might still be decoding his last message. December 2020. After 51 years of mystery, whispers emerge. One of Zodiac's cracked ciphers has been decoded. It doesn't reveal his name, but something darker. I hope you're having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise all the sooner. He didn't confess. He didn't apologize. He mocked the world one final time. Every true crime story has an ending, except this one. Maybe he died decades ago. Maybe he blended into normal life. A neighbor, a co-worker, someone you'd never suspect. Or maybe Zodiac isn't a person anymore. Maybe he's an idea. That in the right mind, obsession becomes immortality. He didn't need to keep killing to win. He just needed to make sure we never stopped thinking about him. And in that way, he's still here. Watching, smiling, counting the views. The Zodiac Killer wasn't just a murderer. He was a mirror, reflecting how far humans will go for fame, fear, and fascination. And maybe that's the real horror. Monsters aren't born. They're made by those who keep watching. This is Taina Archiver, where darkness meets truth and mysteries never rest. What do you think? Was the Zodiac ever caught? Or is he still among us? Comment your theory below.